And welcome back, everybody. Wilbert here. I know I kind of teased it some in my other videos, but today I'm going to talk to you and show you the Coleman 19R that we recently purchased. As you can see, we're already doing a couple of upgrades here, trying to put a weight distribution hitch on it, and I got to do a couple things I wasn't super happy with, but I'm going to clean up some of this wiring and kind of get it in a loom, and I may actually just rerun this. It has the cutouts here for wires. They just, I don't know if they were just lazy or didn't care, but we'll get all that tidied up. It is the 19R. I believe the R stands for rear living. You'll see when we get in there. Tandem axle, which I really liked over here. Nice pass-through storage, magnetic holder. It also has a power awning with LED lights, which is nice. And it's almost a full awning. I mean, it's got, you know, 1.5 feet, 2 feet there that it's not covered, but the rest of it is. Sorry, I don't have a ton of room here on the side of the house, but as you can see, it's got giant windows in the back, which was really nice. The bumper sits flush. It doesn't stick out, which I don't know yet. I don't know if I like it because I may want to put some things on the back, spare tire, generator holder, things like that. I don't know. Some power. That's the outlet that I put in myself here for the house. Doing this video today, I'm going to show you guys. I mean, I've owned it a month. Haven't even made a payment on it yet. But this is the outdoor shower. Well, when I had some people visiting, we used it as like a fourth bedroom, right? You know, so that they could have a bed and all that sort of thing. But anyway, it started leaking in the bathroom. Water was coming out underneath the tub, and I've got it figured out. But without further ado, let's get in here. There we go. It's friction hinges door, so it, you know, it doesn't just swing. Like, it takes a little bit of effort, which is nice. It's got the RV Queen, and I may end up extending this a little bit to a full-size Queen, but pass-through storage, couple of closets, big deep sink, 2-burner stove, plenty of counter space, right? And of course the rear living. So you got the little dinette, and then your jackknife sofa. Pretty good sized fridge. I liked it because it had the separate fridge freezer, and it also had the overhead air conditioning. So the bathroom is on the side adjacent from the kitchen, and it has just a sliding door that covers it. And the door, it has a little cover at the top, so you don't have the gap, and it's not gapped at the bottom, which is, I think it's pretty nice. A lot of RVs have the gap for ventilation purposes. Bathroom is, kind of what you would expect to see size-wise in something of this size. But this is what I'm talking about. I've already removed the little access panel so that I could identify where the water was coming from. But the water was seeping in from underneath the tub, right? Just kind of pooling out here. And of course, they brought it to my attention. I said, no problem. Turn the water off. And then I've got it isolated. The outdoor shower is underneath the tub, the plumbing for it, and it goes right there. So the easiest thing, sticking my hand in there and reaching 3 feet over to where it's leaking it's not easy. So I'm thinking I'm just going to have to pull that off on the outside, get it to where I can work on some things, and then identify if it's a crack or if it just needs some Teflon tape or what the deal is. But let me grab a couple of my tools here, get you guys set up, and I'll meet you outside. All right, we're back here. As you can see, I've got the outdoor shower kind of open. It's just a dog wash station, basically. But maybe I'll use it one day. You never know when you need access to water outside. Sorry if there's a lot of wind noise. Hopefully this styrofoam thing on the end of this mic cuts down a lot of that for you. And I'm sure some of you are thinking that, hey, this is a new RV. It's under warranty. Why don't I just take it back? Have them, make the repair. Well, it's not always as easy as that. The place I'd have to take it is probably 40 miles or so away. By the time I get it hooked up, get it out of here next to the house, it's kind of sketchy getting it in here and out. Getting it over there, it's probably a 2-hour evolution to drop it off. And then I don't know how long they would keep it. Whereas I can, pull this shower out real fast and make the repair as good or better than what I would expect a hourly paid service technician to do. And there's nothing against them. It's a job. It's a good job. But sometimes if you want something done right, it's just as easy to do it yourself. Probably should have grabbed my drill. Could have been done having these screws out. One more, and then we'll see what it looks like. Scratch that. Now one more, then I'll have to cut this caulking off, and then I can look at it. So now that I've got this out, I'm gonna put y'all on pause. I'm gonna go ahead and take my razor blade and cut this caulking seam and get it out, and I'll bring you right back. And we're back, just like that. We've got it out. It was leaking from these, just where it screws in the back here. to be honest, I really don't remember which side. This side is pretty loose, but we're going to take off both sides and inspect them. Make sure that this isn't cracked for some reason. Might as well tighten them up while we're here, I guess, huh? But, and both of these look good. I don't see anything obvious, and I don't feel, if you run your fingernail around, you can usually tell if there's a catch or something that would cause that to be a problem. I don't notice anything there. This has the O-ring piece in it, and I don't see anything or any reason why that would be leaking on this one. And there's our problem right there. I don't know if you guys can, let me make sure you can see that. Yeah. So as you can tell, there's a difference in this. So this is going to be the one that was leaking because it doesn't have the O-ring in it to keep it from leaking. So that's not very good, you know. And I know, like, the people that build these, you know, the just, you know, mass production assembly line, you know, things like this are going to happen. I mean, nobody's perfect. No parts are perfect. I'm sure they just opened these or grabbed them out of a bin and just didn't realize that it was missing the washer. So let me dig around with what I have readily available and see what I can come up with to fix it, and I'll be right back. Well, I thought I might have something in my garage of things. The closest I could come up with was a water hose washer, but that's not what I need. So I'm gonna take this off, I believe, and just run up to the parts store and either buy a replacement hose, or hopefully they can just, you know, have some washers for this thing. So I'll bring you guys back when I'm ready. And with the power of video editing magic, we are back. Right now, I'll slide by you guys so I can get over here and see what I'm doing. I just went ahead and picked up a whole nother line, steel braided, whatever. The washer was going to be like, it was $4 and some change. Well, the whole line was $7, right? So I'll get this installed, and then I'll have an extra line, you know, just in case something ever happens and I need an extra line. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my best to cut this excess caulking off so that when I apply new stuff, it you know, it has somewhere to go. Well, that's supported a little better than what I thought. I'll bring you guys in here so y'all can get a look in a second. You know, RV bathtubs, it's not a solid foundation. I'm trying to do this without damaging the finish on the metal, if it'll let me. I'm going to have to get this done. I don't want to say I have to get it done relatively quick, but we do have a chance of rain and stuff this afternoon, so it would be nice to get this done and sealed back up. It's funny they didn't seal it all the way around. They just, which is fine, I guess. You need somewhere for water to run out. There is a reason. Like what I had, when you have a water leak that you weren't expecting. Come on, get off of that without scratching that. Do the same on this side. I really would prefer to not mess up my weather stripping. Kind of wish it would have stayed on the back of the shower head when I pulled it off, but that's all right. I'm not nearly as good with things left-handed, but that's all right. Okay. I think that's going to be pretty close to what I need done. At least it'll let my new silicone and caulking have somewhere to go and actually do its job. Oh, come on. It is stuck pretty good to that weather stripping. I will give it that. They did okay with this. There is a spot on my water heater outlet over there. As you can see, it's not as well done, but okay. Let me get this side started. I guess while I'm here, I can look at this other line, verify that it has a washer in it. I don't think that was leaking, but it doesn't take much to verify. There we go. And it does. So just make sure that this is, yep, that fits fine. Okay. Two washers. Now, it's very important. I mean, I think I can probably go ahead and bring you guys in here. That way you can all see what I'm working with. It's kind of nice that when they build these campers now, it's all PEX piping, not quite so much worried about, things freezing in the winter if you forget to drain or blow out your system. So they are making improvements even on these mass-produced guys. Really, I just want enough torque on this to, to seal it Make sure that hose spins a little. That's fine as long as it's not leaking. Obviously, we'll turn the water on. Make sure that it doesn't leak before we seal it back up. So I put the steel braided line on the hot water pipe, and I've got this guy going back on the cold water pipe. I just want it solid where it's not leaking. So now I'm also going to throw just a small amount of this Teflon sealant on this side, just in case I miss something. But I feel like we diagnosed the problem accurately. When there was no O-ring in the line. So just a little piece. And the Teflon, you want to go in the same direction as if you were tightening it. So these threads clockwise. If they're reverse thread, then you would put it on counterclockwise. That way, when you tighten your line up to it, you're not undoing the Teflon. Okay. So we got our hot and cold. Hot and cold. I do like that this has those finger tabs on it. I wish I could have found another line like that, but this one will be fine. Okay, we put you guys on pause, and I'm gonna go turn the water on and just kind of see what she looks like. All right, we've got the water on, so I'll bring you guys with me. We'll bleed all the air out of the system. Ooh, here we go. I'll just set that down there for now. Yeah, the AC's not too bad. I'm not sure if you guys can hear that, but I did turn it on and just to, you know, exercise everything, if you will. What we'll do when we come back around here is probably turn this outside shower on and just make sure I've got water flow through these two lines. Make sure that's pointed somewhere safe. All right, I'm gonna let this sit here for a few minutes and then just come back, let it sit under pressure. I know that it has water in it. I'm gonna let it sit under pressure and just kind of make sure that it's not leaking, and then I'll bring you guys back. All right, guys, it's been about 30 minutes. Yeah, this kind of looks fine. I don't see any obvious leaks. Definitely better than it was. So let me go grab the hardware to put this back together, and we'll do that. All right, I'm back. Got the hardware. So yeah, I mean, it's not like this is a difficult job either. So if it doesn't solve my problem, I can always take this back out. I do wish they would have located this to a better spot, or use some, well, no, you really don't want to use shorter longs, but it's okay. No. Well, let's see what I can do here. Not getting this shoved in, and still, trying to save my weather stripping and, get it to where it, there we go, where it looks okay. Yeah. We'll just zip it back in. That's the plan anyway. Let's see what I can come up with here. I'd like to hit the same holes just as a, I don't have to re-drill anything, and something that'll hopefully, keep it sealed better if I go back in the same holes. Did you guys do anything cool and exciting for the 4th of July? Anybody have any cool festivities that they did? Drop them down in the comments. Let me know. Let me know how much fun y'all had on Independence Day. I was at a pool party. This is going to be real nice, I think, getting this fixed. Like I said, I've got other places that need some additional caulking, so this is it's a good time to fix it. I'm already going to have the caulking gun out with all the things. So is that how it's supposed to go? Look at that. Now, why these? What? Always seems like the last ones that are doesn't seem to be lining up. Why do you think that is? You think I would just hit the holes that was previously there? It can't be that. I can't be that far off. I mean, here we go. It's got 10 screws that hold this thing in. They really don't want it going anywhere. Now, I don't know what the torque spec is, but, you know. You guys ever heard of German torque? Guten tight? We'll get it tight, but I don't want to be stripping things out either. And it's got plenty to hold it in, so I'm just going to snug everything in nicely. There we go. Pull this up in there. And I think that's going to about do it, guys. I'm going to run some caulk around this, finish it up, and then lock it up so it doesn't flop around, clean up my mess, and we'll be done with this. As always, thanks for watching. Get out there and do something.